The next episode of The Commercial Break starts now.
Krissy, it's amazing. We have former President Trump with us here today. Can you believe it?
Fucking kidding me.
Man, how far we have come.
Wow.
Good afternoon, President Trump. Thank you for joining us very much. We really appreciate it.
You know, it's so great to be here, by the way, on the commercial break. What an incredible honor to be here. They do podcast. We love to see it. We love it.
Yeah.
Very much.
Thank you very much. We often say that you're either on your way up or on your way down when you join us here at the commercial
That's
break.
true. That's true. I'm doing very well, by the way. I have a lot of friends.
A lot of friends. A lot of friends. I see you made a lot of friends at the Bitcoin conference this last Saturday, former President Trump.
You know what? Bitcoin, a lot of people, they say it's imaginary, the money. They say it's not real, but we know it's real. We know it's real, and we want to make the United States the capital of Bitcoin. We're going to have the apes and the degens. Some of them, I don't know if I could say this, but they call themselves this. They say they are retard. I don't know. That's what they say. They say that. They call themselves that. And we're going to make America the home of the Bitcoin and also the ape, and they're doing meme coin. And Doji, dog with an E, they spell it. Dog with an E. Are you familiar with dog with an E? Doji.
Yes, I've heard Doji coin. I think I stayed away from it, luckily. But President Trump, let me ask you a question. It's my understanding that you don't really even email or use a computer. Do you have any Bitcoin?
You know what? It's fake news because I know I use computers more than anybody. And quite frankly, I have a very good computer. It is an Apple. They call it the Apple II. And it is as big as a living room. Did you know that? It is so big, and it has these fans. They're roaring. It has 1,000, I think it is kilobytes of memory, more memory than most people.
Speaking of memory, Mr. Trump, I understand we've all been hearing the news. It's hard to ignore, really. Quite frankly, your former opponent, President Joe Biden, has dropped out of the race. How do you feel about that?
You know, it makes sense. He dropped out, and the question is, was he even ever in it? You know, you have a man running a race. He can't even run or walk or crawl. You know, it's so sad. You see a man, and he falls up the stairs more times than he can count. Should he be running for president? We don't know. Little Joe, he's probably going to bed early. He has night. So, night. He's doing night.
But President Trump, you really aren't that far off the mark either, because you're going to be Joe Biden's age in just a couple of years if you were to win the election.
You know what? I'm like a spring chicken, 79. I'm very young. I'm younger than most people. I don't know if I have grandchildren. I'm younger than them. I'm also younger than my dad. He is dead, but I'm younger than him. And here's the thing, Brian. There's a lot of people, and you don't know this, but they're very, very, like most people that have walked the earth. You have billions of people. There's 8 billion people on the planet that are alive, but you know what they're not talking about? How many people are dead? How many people are dead? You have 8 billion alive. How many dead? 100 billion, 200 billion. So, quite frankly, I'm younger than all those people, and they don't want to talk about that. I'm younger than all those people who have died thousands of years ago.
Well, I do understand you believe that some of those 100 billion people may have voted for President Joe Biden in the last election.
I don't believe it because he's doing a fake election. It's rigged. He wants you to be able to mail in letters and vote. Who knows? I don't even know about. They want you to do the mail, and it's a criminal activity. It's a coup d'etat. And I don't believe it. I think that, quite frankly, I won the election fair and square, and, I would love to challenge him to maybe an arm wrestle to see, quite frankly, who should take the throne.
Well, President Trump, Joe Biden has not challenged you to an arm wrestling match yet, but he did challenge you to a round of golf. Do you still believe you could beat him in that round of golf?
You know what? I'm better than most people at golf, and I'm only a little with the handicap. They have the handicap system. I'm not that handicapped, by the way. I can do golf very well. I'm a -1.
Well, -1 on the handicap. That's incredible. That's you're close to professional. Mr.
Yes,
Trump.
I'm the only American president who has competed in the PGA and won, quite frankly, every time. PGA. Tiger Woods, he was my protege.
Oh, wow. I did not know that. Tiger Woods and you have played some golf together. I have seen pictures of you and Tiger Woods playing together. Tiger, of course, a legendary coxman. And,
That's what they
got
call him. And, to me, I call him Cub Woods because he's like a little cub to me. I can beat him. I can beat him with a blindfold on. Little Cub Woods.
Yeah, certainly.
Tiny
Trump,
Tiger. Tiny Tiger Woods. Come on,
Tiny Tiger. Yeah. I understand, former President Trump, that I get concerned about you a little bit because I see what you're eating on those airplanes and photographs, and you famously love your Big Macs and your KFC and your pizza slices. You think maybe at your age you should slow down a little bit on the fast food?
I love McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and a Pizza Hut. McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and a Pizza Hut. I love it very much. I love it a lot, and it's very healthy. You look at, I don't know if you know this, but we built the food pyramids ourselves. The Americans, we built it, and at the bottom there is wheat, and there is meat, and there is McDonald.
Wheat and McDonald's. Very interesting.
Meat
President
and
Trump.
wheat and McDonald.
Does Melania get on you about this? How does Melania feel about your general eating habit, your habits in general?
Melania, she's doing very well. We're very close.
I can tell.
We're very much in love, madly in love. And, Melania, she has a lot of thoughts, and I know them very well.
President Trump.
Beautiful woman.
We were all very saddened. Dark day to see what happened at your rally a couple of weeks ago when you were shot in the ear and apparent assassination.
What a
attempt.
shame.
It was a shame. How is a shame? A shame.
It's a shame. It's a sham. It's First, I have one thing. If I could say to him, I don't know if he's listening. He might be dead. We're looking into it. I would like to say this to the people. They wanted to kill me. Miss me, and now you have to kiss me.
How is your ear feeling?
Quite frankly, it's an incredible thing. They tried to kill me. They wanted to blow me up on TV. They wanted to make my head pop. And they couldn't do it. He had a great opportunity. Could you imagine that in the history books? Greatest president of all time, head pops. On TV, it would have been so fantastic for the people that hate me. It would have been great. And, he had a great opportunity, and he squandered it. He really squandered it, and he hit my ear. And now my ear will grow back stronger and better than ever before. I am like a sponge. Like SpongeBob, it will grow back from budding.
So SpongeBob SquarePants, but I just want to ask you this about your ear. It seems that when you took the bandage off, it didn't look like there was too much damage to your ear. So has it regrown already, or
if you had to see it after it was shot, because there wasn't much of an ear. I wouldn't even call it an ear. I would call it a nub that can hear audio. I would call it more of an audio hole rather than an ear. That's what it was. I don't know if you've seen the Shrek ears, and they're like the long noodles with the hole in it. It looked more like that, and I didn't want the world to see the truth they did. But luckily, I have very good genetics. I have a lot of stem cells, and quite frankly, it grew back bigger and better. And, you look at my ear now, it's quite frankly one of the bigger ears. And it even has echolocation now. They gave it an enhancement. It can now. I'm walking around. I hear all this buzzing. They're telling me it's electromagnetic waves, like a bat. All of a
President Trump-
sudden, first my ear is shot. Next thing I know, I'm catching bugs at night.
President Trump, after the assassination attempt, shortly after the RNC convention, of course, President Biden announced that he would not run for re-election due to all the concerns around his age and his appearance at the debate. And now it appears that we have Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is going to be the next opponent you're going to have to face in this election. How do you feel about Kamala?
Koala the Ferris wheel. By the way, she means well. She's trying her best, but we know the truth. She puts a lot of people behind bars. She wants to turn our country into a communism. She's a Soviet, by the way.
Oh, I did not know that.
She's a Soviet. Come on, blah, blah. Let's see the birth certificate. We know you were born in Soviet Kazakhstan.
President Trump, if you're reelected, I know that there are a lot of trimmings that come with the office. And so what are you going to do? What is going to be your favorite part about being back at the White House if you should win this November?
Decorating. We're going to make it very pretty. We're going to change the color scheme. We have a beautiful baby blue and a gold color scheme. We're going to add some mahogany shelves and cabinets. We're doing a full renovation, and we are changing the whole thing. We are going to remodel it, new cabinets, new floors.
Wow.
It's going to be beautiful.
One more question for you. I know your time is limited, former President Trump. If you should be back in office, would you agree to meet the North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un one more time? I know you met him a couple times when you were in office previously.
A lot of people, they look at Little Rocket Kim and Little Rocket Boy and they say, they think so badly of him. And quite frankly, I see a poor boy, a poor man. He was probably bullied a lot growing up. And I feel bad for the guy. My heart goes out to him. And quite frankly, we're very good friends. We play Xbox Live every night. We play Call of Duty.
Wow.
And, he's very good, by the way. I have to give credit where credit is due. He's very good at Call of Duty. And I want to play with Kim. We're going to probably have sleepovers and maybe play Twister. And, he's a good friend of mine, and we're friends. And I don't care what they say because he is my best friend.
Well, President Trump, best of luck to you in this upcoming election. It's going to be a tight one. We all know that for sure. No matter
it's going
who
to be
wins.
very tight. And, at the end of the day, whether who wins, I would like to remember this, that you should remember that I won. Regardless of who wins, I won. And I'm the emperor.
Yeah, well, that's what you've said, President Trump. And to you, I say good luck, sir. And what an honor to have former President Trump here.
Thank you so much.
And I would like to say thank you to Elon, my loyal steward of darkness.
Yeah, Elon's an interesting character, and I see why you're friends, President Trump. Thank you again.
Thank you. I'm going to Puerto Rico.
Krissy, I don't think it would be fair for us to have former President Trump on unless we had an opportunity to speak with current President Joe Biden.
I think we have to. We're fair and balanced.
Fair and balanced here at the commercial break. So here he is. He's on the phone with us now. President Biden, such an honor to talk to you this afternoon.
Hello, Biden.
Told you to stop calling this number.
I apologize. Hi, President Biden. It's Krissy and Bryan from the commercial break. I'll speak up so you can hear me.
Oh, it's Krissy and Bryan. Whoa, folks, pleasure. Commercial break. First time in my career, commercials are calling me. Man, look.
Well, it's such an honor to have you on, sir. First of all, how are you feeling? I understand you just got over COVID.
Folks, look. I just got over smallpox.
Where I was sitting, they put me in an infirmary. I was in a hospital bed, and the man next to me was dying of gangrene.
Folks, vaccinations are the key. Get vaccinated, get isolated. Look, fact is, I was not bad COVID case. I was a little baby COVID case. I got a little small. I got chicken pox.
Chicken pox.
My arms were itchy. Folks, early 1900s, they gave the Native Americans a smallpox blanket. Not the right thing to do.
Not the right thing to do at
Folks.
all. President Biden, you shocked a lot of people a couple Sundays ago, announcing that you would not run for re-election. You're one of 3 or 4 presidents who have not sought the incumbency. How did you come to this decision?
For the sake of American people, for the sake of democracy. Folks, I had a fantastic term. I did a lot of great work. Folks, for example, anyway, look. We're saying I deserve to run again. I know I can run again. Folks, for the Democratic Party, they don't want me. But look, fact of the matter is I had a great term. I had a great season. Season tickets. Folks, 'tis the season to be jolly. Here's the thing, man. Look, when I was a little boy, I was 47 years old playing in a metal scrap field in Scranton, Transylvania. We had a train coming one way, a train coming the other way. They were about to collide. I was sitting in the middle of the train tracks, dousing myself in oil. And I said, and that's all we had back then. We didn't have toys. We didn't have anything. And then we had kids that were climbing my leg hair like the vineyard vines. Folks, fact is, that's what America's about. That's what it is. It's about the American people. It's about scratching your back with a hammer. Hit them hard. Starting a popsicle stand.
President Biden, you grew up with a stutter. You overcame incredible odds and tragedy to get where you're at today. 50-plus years in public service, and I think you probably end on a high note and almost anybody would be proud of, which is to be the president of the United States. It's hard to give up power like that, sir.
I had an honorable career. Just a little boy with stutter, born in the early 1600s. Folks, you know what back in the day, they would get those kids, they'd throw the babies off the mountains. Folks, if you had a stutter, they throw you right off the mountain. Look, folks, it's not the same. I had 575 years of service as American democracy. Look, everything happens for a reason.
It does, sir. It does, and I think most level-headed people would consider it an act of patriotism to decide to step down, not seek re-election. At your age, sir. All of us are going to get there at some point.
Marky, I am not an old man. I'm not. I passed very folks. They gave me very challenging tests, cognitive tests. I could tell the difference between cow and chicken. Folks, look, I know the difference between the word egg and the word stove. Look, fact is, if I could describe America in one word only. Folks.
I think I heard some David Lee Roth in there.
I know, or at least the music that was playing when you did the famous dance.
Oh, Skinnamarink dinky dink. Look.
Skinnamarink doo.
Skinnamarink doo. Scooby Doo. Scooby Doo. Scooby Doo.
Some people have said, I don't know if I agree with them, some people have said it might have been challenging for you to win against President Trump, especially after the assassination attempt. He had a lot of momentum going into that. I understand that you felt strongly you could win the election. Do you agree that it might have been a challenge to beat President Trump?
Folks, look, fact of the matter is we missed. I mean, folks, folks, look. No, that's not what I meant. Look, anyway. Horrible travesty happens in American politics. Don't assassinate President. Look, you got to win fair and square.
You do.
Folks, you gotta win. We got to win with the ballots, win with arm wrestles, tussle. I challenge Donald Duck. I challenge you to a tussle.
Well, we just had him on, sir, and he said he would arm wrestle you anytime. I'm sure we could make that tussle happen if that's what you're.
Folks, meet me behind the pub in the town square, and we'll have a jig in the alleyway. I'll show you the old 2 times 2. Come on.
President Biden, a lot of people at your age, they decide to settle down and they pick up a hobby, maybe go on a cruise or 2. What do you think you're going to do once you retire the office?
Die. Folks, joking around, all jokes. Look, jokes aside, fact is, I'm going to probably run for senator.
Oh, you're going to run for senator? You're going to go back to the Senate?
Well, you'll be senator of the great state of China.
I think your age would be more appropriate in the Senate. I think most of those people are in their 80s, actually.
Folks, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to run President Putin. I'm going to be Putin.
You're going to beat Putin. I think Putin is the president of Russia, sir.
Folks, I'm going to beat Putin. Putin has to be stopped.
He does.
Folks, Putin's a great friend of mine, president of Ukraine. I'm running for senator of Ukraine.
The senator of Ukraine, sir. There's a lot of drama going on over there, and you've steadfastly believed that the Ukrainian people should have their own freedom. And
people should have freedom.
People should have freedom. Let me ask you something, President Biden. What does Dr. Jill Biden think about your retirement? Are you concerned that the two of you will get on each other's nerves?
Folks, look, Dr. Seuss, she's a good friend of mine. We have red chair, blue chair, green chair, yellow chair, big chair, small chair. We have enough chairs to go around.
I think we got the chairs covered.
Look, fact of the matter is, everyone deserves freedom.
I agree with you. President Biden, there's a big election coming up.
Folks.
I understand. And now, folks, you say folks a lot, President Biden, but so does the actual President Biden.
Folks.
You have now
Who am I?
thrown your support behind Kamala Harris for president.
Kamala.
Kamala.
Care
Do you believe
Bear.
Kamala has what it takes to beat former President Trump?
Folks, Care Bear is the greatest president in the world. Look, I remember when I first built her, I was inside the mall on the second floor. And I sewed the heart right in, and I said, I love you, Kambambala. And I sewed it right into the Care Bear. And I said, one day you're going to be president of the United Grapes of Australia.
Well, President Biden, I do have to applaud you, sir. I think you did an honorable thing, stepping away from seeking re-election. And I know you're very busy back at Camp David, probably taking a nap.
I'm riding jet skis.
Hey, listen,
Stand-
at your
stand
age,
up
you
jet
probably
skis.
should chill. Yeah, stand-up jet ski.
I ride the one with the stand. I can still do it. I still got it. Well, I still got it. Ride the stand-up one, 70 miles an hour. Tone and tune behind me.
That gimpy leg, you shouldn't be standing up.
Take
at
my
all,
great-grandchildren
President
tubing.
Biden. Oh, you did.
Yeah, put the little baby in the back of the tube. Take her for a whirlwind.
It sounds dangerous, President.
Little
Biden.
baby in a basket and tube.
President Biden, I really appreciate your time today. It's been such an honor to have you, sir.
Always look. The fact of the matter is, we're gonna do better. We gotta do better. We gotta do.
Yes, I think I'll let you go now,
Well,
President
Thank you for
Biden.
being here.
Who am I,
Thank you very much, President Biden.
folks?
And we're back. We just had a chance to talk to President Trump, former President Trump.
That was
and
incredible.
President Biden. That was
wow,
incredible.
what an opportunity.
However, that wasn't the real
Oh,
President
what?
Biden or Trump. Yeah, Krissy, sorry to break the fourth wall
Oh,
here,
my God,
but it
Bryan.
was our guest today, Austin Nasso. Who? Thank you, Nasso. Excuse me. I'm keep on saying Nasso. It's Nasso. Austin, thank you for joining at the beach. I got
Yes,
my
hi,
beach on my
Austin.
brain. Hey,
Hello.
Austin, how are you,
Thanks for
buddy?
having me, guys.
Hello.
No, thank you so much for being here. You really are spot on
Yeah,
with
you
those
nail those.
impressions.
Thank you.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself. You're a stand-up comedian. You've been doing this for what you told us a decade and some change.
Yeah, I can give you my whole life story.
Yeah, please do.
Let's
We have
run through
plenty of
this.
time.
This is your
uh,
life.
This is your life.
Here's my life story. I've been doing stand-up comedy for, I guess, 11 years now. I started when I was 18. I'm 29, and I'll give you the backstory on the impressions. In college, me and my roommate at the time would do. I would always do impressions growing up, but then in the 2016 election, me and my college roommate would do like Trump impressions to one another.
Yeah.
And we would always like do it at parties and stuff and compete. And it's funny because we both went on to like have top, like, I don't know, like really viral Trump impressions on TikTok. He did
Right.
it first and then I started doing it, honestly. And I think it's just a voice that came naturally to me because I was telling you earlier, but my mom kind of like sounds like Trump in a way, like the specific way she nags me. She'll just be like, she'll call me and be like, Austin, what's the matter? You don't call your mother? You don't love your mother? What's the matter? You hate your mother? Why don't you call your mother?
You hate her, don't you? You know your mother is so good to you. She's so good to you.
Like the way, like that tone.
I think you made a connection earlier that I didn't get, but now I understand. It is kind of like a naggy Jewish mother, like that New York, kind of thing going on.
Like, I don't know
And
what
then-
you're talking about.
What, like, I don't even know what to call that kind of tone or
Right.
perspective, but just like sarcastic and like, I don't know, like naggy. Or, I don't know. But
yeah.
like, so that kind of came naturally to me. And I was also a software engineer, but I had quit. I was a software engineer at Microsoft for 4 years.
Oh wow.
Oh, well,
okay.
this has got to be much more fun.
This was
Yeah.
better. Yeah.
Yeah. And so now you're touring around. You do. I see on your at least Instagram you've done some club dates. You're working the room.
Yeah.
And your virality. I mean, I was telling the story to Austin, but it was Astrid who actually found you. She'd been following you for a while, and every once in a blue moon, she would stick you in my face, like stick her phone in my face. You gotta
Yeah,
watch this guy. He's like
so funny.
And then I said, oh, we got to get this guy on the show. I had no idea, no clue that you've also, this has really taken you places. Like you've been on Stern. Is there any place else you've been showcased with these impressions?
Stern is the biggest one, probably.
Yeah.
Like they reached out to me beginning of last year to do impressions.
Until now.
Until
Yes,
now, until
that-
the
well,
commercial
breaks a little bigger. And then, yeah, they hit me up, and I was doing like Joe Pesci and like Trump and DeSantis even. But
Oh,
other than
DeSantis.
that, what other big? Yeah, honestly, I think Stern was the. I mean, and obviously commercial break.
That's big.
I don't.
Yes.
Think, yeah, not any other. I mean, I'd like to do more like TV things, but I
Sure.
haven't. Yeah.
I think it's brilliant. I think they should use you on TV. I think like it's an election season. There's got to be some shows.
I
out there,
hope
like
so.
The
Yeah,
night
we'll
shows.
see.
Yeah, I
Um,
hope your agent's working on that for you because they really are incredible impressions. And then at times there's even is that makeup? Or are you doing like a filter sometimes? My wife has shown me a few where it looks like you put some like actual gear on.
Well, there was recently I did one with makeup because I was
Yeah.
like filming a YouTube sketch. So then I just did a TikTok while I was on set. But usually I'm just like not doing any makeup, and I'm just like doing the faces and stuff.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, actually, you
I
got
I
the
noticed you
face down
closing,
pretty good.
yeah, closing your eyes with the Biden.
Yeah.
Clenching your
Yeah.
jaw. And it's so good. So have you been doing club dates and stuff like that?
yeah. So I'm going to soon announce fall dates for my stand up. And then I also tour around with Tech Roast Show. I'm one of the co-founders of that, where we go around the country and we roast tech people. And
Now, do you roast them to their face? Like, are they
Like
in
at
the room?
conferences?
they're all
Like
tech
at
people
conferences?
that buy tickets on their own volition because they're crazy.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my
That's
next
hilarious.
ones that I'm doing are August 8th in New York City, Tech Roast Show. Oh, I'm doing August 7th. I'm doing August 7th and September 12th. I'm doing stand up in New York.
Okay.
Producing like a stand up / character show. And then, yeah, August 8th, I'm doing a Tech Roast Show in New York. August 9th, I'm doing a Tech Roast Show in Chicago. And then, like, the week of the August 19th, we're going to Seattle and San Francisco for Tech Roast Show.
Oh, that's
Mm,
awesome.
That's
Yeah.
a big one.
And then
Yeah,
right
that's
October, we're
there.
going to.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
don't know if we're announcing it yet. But we're yeah, by the time it's out, we'll have it. We're going to India in October for Tech Roast Show.
Whoa. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun one. And so, give us the premise of the show. Like, you sit up on a dais and people come up, and then you roast them. or
Yeah,
do you
so
pick
it's
people out
sort
of
of
the
like
crowd.
a 3-person crowd work show.
Okay.
Where everyone who's like most of our fans are like engineers or PMs or like these like people in tech, but you don't have to be in tech to enjoy the show. A lot of CEOs will come, so we'll like call on founders and make fun of their like startups, and then we'll like leverage our screen behind us to like do a deep dive on them to find like
Yeah.
information about them and roast them. We'll do like games we made with AI, where we'll like pit the like software engineer, like awkward tech people against
Yeah.
an AI to see who could be more empathetic.
Wow. That's awesome.
It's a really fun show.
And then you also have a podcast, right? That you
Yes.
started.
Tech Roast Show has a podcast that I'm on and a host of called Visionary Billionaire Genius Podcast.
I love that
Yeah.
love
name.
the
So we
name.
get tech people who we've never met before, like CEOs or founders, and they tell us their company, and we just make fun of them.
Oh, that's brilliant. The crowd work is some of my favorite type of comp. When you do it well, if you do it well, it's really fucking funny. And I know a lot of people are into crowd work, but there's some folks who are into crowd work, but I think that it's like very hit or miss. But if you can do it, and you can do it funny. And I think you have a focus, so that may make it even more like funny. Is that you specifically roast tech bros, right? Tech
Yeah,
geniuses that are out there doing this.
That makes it really fun to roast it. They're like, just the air of tech people is just so, like, everyone's so like privileged and
Yes.
like has so much money, and like
Yeah.
honestly, people are like, it's almost a delusional environment.
It's
right.
gotta
Well,
be.
you were in it for 4 years too.
Yeah,
so.
I was merely a little cog of a, in the system as a software engineer at Microsoft. So I wasn't in like the startup part of it, but like there's like the big tech side. There's like the traditional like slower paced monolith organizations that you could just be part of, and those are more like you get a high salary and it's like somewhat stable of a career, and like the professionals are there. And then you have like these startups where like early 20s something people will get millions of dollars from venture capitalists and kind of just wing it, and it's like a really fast-paced chaotic environment. I wasn't part of that, but it's interesting to see them and laugh at them. And they're all in like building AI companies now, of course, pivoting from Web3 to AI.
Yeah, it's just an influx of cash. I was part of a startup company. It was like 7 of us, and we got funded. We got like round A angel seed investing type stuff, and it had to do with fantasy fucking sports. This is like the early 2000s when all of this stuff was just kind of coming online, right? Yahoo and all these players were getting into the game, and there was a fantasy sports company. And I'm telling you what, the guy who ran the company went from like struggling to pay his rent to like buying the walkie-talkie that Captain Kirk used in the original Star Trek episode for like 35% above asking overnight. It was unbelievable the amount of cash that these guys were burning. This guy specifically was burning through with no intended purpose for the company.
Yeah,
it was like the company
you
was
hear about
flailing, and he
that.
was like,
Wait,
"I got a
was he
brand new
using the
Corvette."
company funding to get rich?
I don't want to say that on air, but I can only assume his fortunes changed really quick. He probably gave himself some huge.
Well, this
fat
is what
salary,
I've
right?
observed, that it's like most businesses, you think like if you're like a person getting into business, like a sane regular person, you're trying to start like a profitable business. Like, like, all right, how can I make a business? Like, what is it called? Like the business design. What? What's
business
business strategy? What's the thing called? The blueprint
Business
you make?
plan?
Yeah,
business plan.
business
Yeah.
plan. Wow, I don't know that basic word. Yeah, business blueprint. Yeah, you're like, let me make a business plan. Let me think it through. I'm gonna figure out how to make this thing profitable in like a few months. But like in Silicon Valley, it's like, all right, I have this like ridiculous idea. Let me get funding based on like having this network of people I know and like this skill set, and then you get like a shit ton of money. You raise a lot of money on an idea, and then you like start building out an organization, hiring people, and then you like don't even have like a profitable thing. You just have like this idea and a hunch that it might work. And then you just like keep raising investor rounds, and then you'll skim some percentage points off the top each time. So you're like personally accumulating millions of dollars. And then meanwhile, you have this big bloated organization with a ton of cash in it that doesn't necessarily reflect the reality that people want to purchase this thing.
That's right.
Then and then it'll like collapse, but you've already skimmed your money off the top in the investor rounds. So you could be like a completely failed founder who's never made anything meaningful or had a product that was like widely adopted, and just like keep rinsing and repeating of getting it like 80% of the way and just like making money from like investors. And I imagine that's like
crazy.
how a lot of like tech entrepreneurs are making money.
Yeah.
It's a whole cyclical thing. It's an ecosystem over there. It's a write-off They understand, the investors understand, the investors who are billionaires many times over, have hedge funds that are just dumping money into them, understand if it doesn't win, it's a tax write-off. If it wins, on the small, tiny percentage that win, cover almost all the losses. Like Amazon and Netflix are examples of companies that for so many years were completely unprofitable, brand new ideas, but the people who ran those companies were really good at raising money and keeping people interested in their idea. But there are millions of companies that their idea never went they never even made a product, right? And they just keep on sucking up this money, but it's part of the equation. It's part of the ecosystem. It's how they live. And it's a world that I can only imagine or dream, most of us can only imagine or dream of living in, or roasting the people who do
I
that.
like the roasting part better, I think.
It's really a really fascinating environment, definitely.
I actually think that's a winner of an idea. I think that's like a winner of a podcast, a winner of a live show.
Go raise some money.
Yeah, you should go raise some money.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm not sure what we would do with it yet, but we probably
You
should
make
just
your
raise money. For
make the show bigger, make it better,
Buy some
make it more
walkie-talkies.
flashy.
Yeah.
Yeah, walkie-talkies.
Star Trek walkie-talkies.
buy some memorabilia.
There's like a famous episode of Star Trek, which I have not, the original I've seen some episodes of, but there's a famous episode. It's called The Tribbles, and it's like these little tiny little fuzzballs in the show where they just kind of start like multiplying, and so every scene there's more tribbles, just like these big fuzzy stuffed animals essentially, but they're worth like hundreds of thousands of dollars if you can find an original one. And this guy was like, he was on a mission to find as many as he could. And I'm like, hey, should we actually try and make this company work? Do you think we need customers? And he's like, I need tribbles. And I'm like, tribbles? What are you doing over there?
So it's still around, right?
Yeah. What's that?
It's still around, right?
It
the company?
closed 9 months after it opened. It just became another write-off. Austin, you are brilliant, buddy. Your impressions, I mean, obviously they've gone viral all over the place. Did you expect this to happen? Like, are you
Not really.
surprised by the success?
I always thought I was a funny fellow, but I never knew if I would go viral. I always wanted to, because I thought that would help jumpstart my comedy career, and I'm grateful that it did. Yeah.
Does your old college roommate also do comedy as well, or
Not really.
the other one that went viral?
Not really.
Yeah.
He's in tech.
Yeah.
Kind of. He's in tech. He is actually.
Yeah.
Austin's got more skill. Austin's got a better skill set. He's got something to fall back on.
You need to come down to Atlanta. Do a show down here.
Do a show down in Atlanta.
Yeah, we're actually probably going to next year. Yeah, we will for sure. We're going to do 10.
If you come, we're going to see you. So give out your personal social so that people can see you.
I am at Austin Nasso, AustinNasso, and then check out Tech Roast Show at Tech Roast Show.
Yeah, please follow the podcast. We'll put all of the links in the show notes. We'll talk about this probably tomorrow and forever and ever. Amen. Also, Austin, would you come back to the show? Because I feel like we're going to need more of your
Yes.
You're on the spot.
You're on the spot.
I'd love to. Let me know.
You got to learn a Kamala voice now.
No, yeah. Kamal's up next. Let me know. I'll do some Zuckerberg and Elon. I'll save some more for next time.
Zuckerberg and Elon.
So let me know.
That's next.
I need to, especially because we just recorded a bunch of video episodes of our new podcast, and they said we need to go on podcasts and promote it. I have no idea what I'm doing, so
you
I
got it
will
right here, buddy.
happily give you any impressions you want. And let me know if you want.
Thank you.
You're welcome back anytime. We'll set it up, and I promise it won't be long. When you get those videos out, we will be here for you. You're here for us. We're here for you. That's the way it works.
Yeah.
Austin Nasso, very talented young man making waves out there on social media and now live. Thank you, Austin, for joining us today.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Austin.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Bye.